Now, just like the internet has provided great convenience for marketers and for business owners, there's also one of the Achilles heels of it is that, customer service, there's a sort of a non-personal approach. All right. You lose that personal one-on-one contact that you would have with a sales rep or sales representative. And with internet marketing, email and customer service, when you talk about brand building, and we'll get a lot into brand building in a little bit later, but as far as brand building is concerned, it's not how your logo looks, or it's not how having a particular jingle or slogan. Your brand is your customer service. Okay? If your company is known for providing great customer service, that heightens you, that raises you up in the eye of your consumer. Okay, because online now there's so many scams and just guys that are looking to completely take advantage of customers. When you can provide above and beyond type of customer service, you really stand out. You set yourself apart. And setting up an email structure that promptly deals with customer questions, requests, and things like that really sets you apart. There was a study done, and amongst internet marketers and amongst just email marketing in general, and they came to find that I think it was more than 20% of the customers that were surveyed that they said that they expected a response to their emails in as little as 1 hour after sending an email message. Can you believe that? 20% of the people think there's somebody right there that's going to get back to them within 1 hour. And at least half of them expected a response within 24 hours. So it's crucial to have an email system in place that has a sort of keeps your finger on the pulse of all of your customers so that they can access you and ask questions and get feedback from you, and so that you can access them and let them know things that are coming up, sales, promotions, discounted offers, and so on. Properly managing your customer base can mean the difference between making $100 a day and $1,000 a day, quite honestly, from the same size list. All right, I see it all the time. There's marketers that have 4,000 people on their list, and or 14,000 people on their list, I should say, and they're barely scratching $500 a month, or barely scratching $1,000 a month, because it's just poor list management, and list is garbage, and they're just not doing anything to weed out, the spam names and things like that. And then I see people with only 1,000 people on their list, or 800, 900 people on their list, and they're cleaning up. They're making 10 times what the guy with the huge list is making, because they have great customer service, they're offering value, and their customers really want to hear from them. And this is why you want to have an email system set up. Not only that, but you want this system to be able to capture email addresses of visitors. So people who don't buy, at least you can capture their information, and they'll buy later on down the road, because you'll provide free, valuable information to them, updates and things like that. And perhaps they buy from you, not the first time, but the second time, third time, fourth time around. Also, with email and automated emails, when the customer makes a purchase, instead of you having to go and manually reply to each customer saying thank you and letting them know what to do next or about their order and things like that, you can have these messages taken care of automatically, so that when the customer does order, they get the feeling that their order has been received, that it's been acknowledged, and that they're confident about the purchase with no buyer's remorse, because they've gotten that confirmation from you instantly, acknowledging that their payment was submitted and that their order was processed. Think about it. What if you were a customer on an expensive site that had expensive products? Let's say some type of golf club. And on the site you saw that it was offering a promotional package where if you get the clubs, you'll also get a free bag with it, but it didn't have the brand of the bag. You just wanted to know what kind of golf bag it was. Wouldn't you? First of all, if you sent an email to the site wanting to know about the bag, and you sent the email and you didn't receive a reply for 48 hours, wouldn't you be a little suspect about, okay, they don't even have the time to reply to my question, and I'm trying to buy from them. What makes me think that I'm going to get my product in time once I do pay? And it might steer you away. Whereas if you would have sent that email to that golf site asking about the bag, and the minute you press submit, you got an email back saying, thank you for your question. We attend to them, and we try to get back to all customers within 24 hours. If you had a particular question about our golf clubs, click here to read our frequently asked questions. If you had a question about our golf bags, click here to find out more about our accessories. Now, if you got an email like that, wouldn't you be more inclined to go ahead and maybe read those frequently asked questions, the fact FAQs, and feel more comfortable with the company that you're dealing with? That's that's a world-class company. At least you would think so, and you would have an overall better impression. You would probably go ahead and buy from them because of that type of customer service. Because the logic is, if they treat people who aren't their customers this well, how well do they treat their customers? They must be just above and beyond. And that speaks volumes about you and your brand as a company. And this has happened all across the internet marketing landscape for years now. You can stand in front of an audience of people who are on internet marketing lists, and you can say one person's name, one guru's name. You say the name, and then boom, they'll say one word like killer info. And you say another name, and they'll say cheap ass. You say another name, they may say rip off, scam artist. So people have a brand, even though they all have different products. The customer associates a brand based on usually the type of value that person provides, and so they attach that to that person's company or their name. All right, and so you have to ask yourself, what kind of brand do you want for your company? And basically, you can develop that brand through your customer service and through the products that you deliver. Are you a company that always over delivers? Are you a company that takes advantage of people and just doesn't follow up and doesn't ship on time, and you can't get a response, you can't get a reply type of company? Now, the system that will allow this to all happen automatically, so that you don't have to sit there and send out emails yourself, is called an autoresponder. Okay. Now, Wikipedia says that an autoresponder is a computer program that automatically answers an email sent to it. They can be, simple or complex. And basically, the autoresponder, if somebody opts-ins or sends an email or sends a request, the autoresponder has messages loaded in it already that you put into it. And it takes these messages and stores them for certain sequences of events. And it'll deliver the messages once those sequences have been met. So, for example, you tell the autoresponder, hold these 5 messages here until a customer makes a purchase. Then I want you to send these 5 messages to the customer one day at a time. So one day after they make a purchase, send this message. Second day, send this message, third message, and so on. And then that autoresponder is loaded. Okay? And you can not only do that, but you can load it for people who aren't customers. You can load autoresponders for people who are subscribers. So you can say, when someone opts into my list, which means subscribes to your list, okay, they raise their hand and say, I want more information, and they confirm their email. You can say, send these 10 messages, but send the first 2 messages 5 days apart or 3 days apart. And then after that, I want you to send 1 message a day after that. You can do that. You can change the timing of the messages. You can change the occurrence that has to happen for them to start receiving the messages. And it can really take a business to another entirely different level from one that's using an autoresponder versus one that's not. For a list and for our recommended autoresponder, you can go to fastersmarterbetter.com/autoresponder and take a look at the best autoresponder we've found on the market that will allow you to keep in contact with the customers that gets a large majority, I should say, of the messages delivered. Deliverability is an issue with some of these companies because at times some of them all the messages coming from them and their domain may get blacklisted if you're using some of these lesser known ones. And if that happens, all the spam filters around the world will instantly flag every message that comes from that company, including yours and all the other marketers and business owners, and your customers won't get the mail. They just won't get the mail. So it's important to go with reputable companies, and this is where we refer, a very good one that we've been working with for some time now. So that's fastersmarterbetter.com/autoresponder, and that will be able to handle all of your emailing needs. And just that little implementation and integrating that into your system sets your company up for success with customer service, because it appears that you're always in contact with the customer. Even if you sat down, or if you hired somebody, if you sat down and you wrote, 10, 15 pieces of content, all right, and then you loaded them into your autoresponder to deliver 3 days apart. For months, customers would think that you're mailing them day after day after day, keeping in contact, when you've already done it all one time, and you just slowly dripped it to them, okay? And we're going to get more into autoresponders when we talk about list building, but for now, I just wanted you to know, as far as tools are concerned, that's going to be a crucial one that you need to get set up. And, you can always Google different autoresponders, but we've been through and tried all of them. And, we recommend you going through the fastersmarterbetter.com/autoresponder. So now we're going to take a look at payment options, okay? Payment options and website platforms. All right, so before we even get to the payment options, we're going to show you the preferred website platform of choice, and then we'll talk about how to integrate the payment information on there, and to get you closer to actually gathering together all the tools you're going to need to get this thing underway and make sure that you have the foundation built for your business. All right, so let's move on.